Hello and welcome. My name is Kyle FtW, and welcome back to another Black Ops Cold War video. Today we are back with another episode of Best Class Setups here in Black Ops Cold War, and today we're taking a look at the Fara 83 assault rifle, which is of course a DLC weapon. This weapon was added back in Season 2 and is, in my opinion, one of the best ARs in the game. In fact, I think it might even be the best AR in the game. When I use this class and this weapon in general, the amount of crazy multi-kills, quick kills that I get with this thing is absolutely insane, and I overall really like this weapon. Once again, I'm recording another video with my brand new microphone. Hopefully everything sounds maybe a little bit better than the last video. Obviously, each individual video that I make is just going to get improved the more and more I do it. But anyways, let's go ahead and get into the best class setup. So starting off here with the first attachment, I've gone for the Microflex LED sight. Now, the main reason I've gone for this is that while I don't need a sight, the Fara 83's ammo or sight is pretty darn good. In all reality, I like having a sight on this weapon. It just makes me a little bit more accurate, allows me to get a little bit of a quicker kills, and gives me clearer sights. Now, again, as I said, the iron sights are pretty good on this weapon, but in all reality, when you're playing this game, you're going to want to, it's just always helpful to have a sight on the weapon. Obviously, another really good sight is the Millstop Reflex sight or the Hawksmoor sight, but I just like the Microflex LED sight. It's the clearest, it shows the most, and is overall just the best sight in my opinion. For the next attachment, I've gone for the Bocw suppressor, which gives me 100% to muzzle flash concealment, as well as plus 6% to vertical recoil control at the cost of effective damage range and bullet velocity. So the reason I've gone for the Bocw suppressor, pretty self-explanatory. I stay off the radar, and I have a tiny bit of recoil improvements, which is always nice to have. So again, muzzle flash concealment, getting rid of that allows me to not stay, or getting rid of that allows me to be off the radar, so I can be a little bit more stealthy. I can get behind enemies and find them quicker. And then again, that vertical recoil control is right in the name. I'm going to be kicking a lot less upwards. Now, effective damage range and bullet velocity, while those are hurt, the bullet velocity will be fixed in my next attachment, but the effective damage range I don't really feel that much because this weapon still destroys people from any range no matter what, which is absolutely awesome. Next, we have ourselves, for my next attachment, we have ourselves a 19.5-inch Liberator barrel, which gives you improved bullet velocity by 100%, as well as at the cost of aim walking movement speed. So again, pretty self-explanatory attachment here. Bullet velocity, for those of you guys who don't know what that is within Call of Duty, allows you to allows your bullets, to hit the enemy faster. So if I'm, shooting at an enemy from long range, my bullets are going to hit quicker and faster than if I were to not have this attachment, basically. So if I'm playing against another AR user who is not using this weapon, or just in general fighting enemies from longer range, this weapon will kill very fast because those bullets are going to get there almost instantly versus having a little bit of a delay. And I mean a little bit of a I think that the only delay that you will feel when you're playing Call of Duty is a delay that's like way far away. So in all reality, you don't really feel it too much, but I just like having this bullet velocity attachment because it feels really nice, and you can get a lot of very quick kills. Next, for the cons, the decrease to the aim-walking movement speed is once again going to be fixed in a future attachment. Next, for my next attachment, I've gone for no body because I just don't see any use in them. The Tiger Team Spotlight is pretty good, but I don't like the decrease to sprint to fire time, and it just for some reason makes the weapon feel weird. I don't know what it is about adding a body when you have the Gunfighter wild card, but it makes the class feel weird. For my next attachment, we have the Spetsnaz Grip, which gives you plus 2% to improved vertical recoil. Plus 2% to vertical recoil control, and then we also have plus 18% to horizontal recoil control at the cost of 25% to shooting movement speed. So now that we have the Spetsnaz Grip actually, I didn't realize how small of a percentage this was until I actually looked at it. Only a 2% increase is very small, but it still feels really good. And I mean now that we have that attachment, we now have plus 8 to vertical recoil control, which is pretty nice to have in all reality. Then obviously horizontal recoil control, I'm going to have pretty much no recoil going left to right. So this class is a laser beam. It has absolutely no recoil pretty much, and it just feels really nice. Shooting movement speed is not that big of a deal. It's, I don't really notice it. It doesn't really bother me that much. And yeah. For my next attachment, I've gone for the Bocw Mag Clamp, which improves reload quickness by 35% and also improves your max starting ammo by 33% at the cost of aim down sight time by 6%. So the reason I've gone for this, I did experiment with the 40 round speed mag, the 40 round mag, and the tape mags. This just felt the best in my opinion. I like how fast it is. I like how it gives me just a little bit extra ammo, so scavenger isn't quite as necessary. I can just go on a little bit more of a streak, and the aim down sight time is hurt a lot less. Also, this weapon has a very slow reload. I think when I look at the reload here without the attachment, it's got a 3.1 second reload. Actually, that's affected by the 40 round mag, but it still has a very slow reload, it feels like, with this weapon. So having that Bocw Mag Clamp makes the weapon feel a lot better in my opinion, and I just like it a lot more. And obviously the aim down sight time only down by 6% versus with the 40 round speed mag, which is 20%. It's pretty much a no-brainer, and it's just a very, very good attachment. Next, for my next attachment, I've gone for the Bocw Elastic Wrap, which pretty much negates almost all of the negatives of the previous attachment. This attachment improves your aim down sight time by 30%, as well as it improves your flinch resistance by 90%, and also allows you to go or aim while going prone. As well as with the cons are shooting or are -10 to shooting movement speed and -15% to sprint to fire time. So again, just is the best wrap in the game in my opinion. I really, really like it. The aim down sight time is obviously very, very nice, especially if you're going up against an SMG player. By being able to aim down sights a little bit faster, you're automatically going to be at an advantage, which is always nice. And then plus 90% of flinch resistance is nice as well. Again, I really don't know what the flinch resistance is because there's no physical weapon flinch in this game. As in, what I mean by that is if you're getting shot at, your weapon won't kick up because you're being shot at. So I'm not really sure exactly what the flinch resistance does in the game, but once you take this attachment off and replace it with something else, you definitely notice the difference. And then I've also gone for, and then it also allows you to aim while going prone. Don't really use that too much, don't really drop shot that much. No one really drop shots in this game, so it could be a useful habit to pick up, but I don't really do it that much. And then next, for my last attachment, I've gone for the KGB Skeletal Stock, which improves your sprint to fire time by 30% and your aim walking movement speed by 40% at the cost of 30% hip fire accuracy. This is obviously, in my opinion, the best stock in the entire game for ARs. That sprint to fire time being improved is very, very nice. So if you do get caught in a bad situation, you can shoot quicker than someone else, as well as that aim marking movement speed is just huge on ARs. Ever since Black Ops or Modern Warfare 3, when they added Stalker into the game, I've almost considered Stalker or attachments that allow your ARs to move faster almost crutch attachments, because by being aimed in and moving faster to left to right is just really, really nice and makes the weapon feel faster than it really is, which is obviously a very, very nice thing. And then last but not least, I've gone for, and then obviously the 30% hip fire accuracy is kind of a big deal, except I never will use this weapon from close range because of my secondary, which is the Diamatti dual wield. So I'm just going to go really quickly through my class that I'm using with the Diamattis. Obviously I said that they were dual wield, but for the attachments I've gone for the SOCOM Eliminator muzzle, the 7.2 inch Task Force barrel, the SWAT 5 milliwatt laser sight, and then the Salvo 30 round fast mag. So just a very, very useful weapon, very, very useful to be especially when you're in close range gunfights. And I pretty much use this exclusively when I'm getting into very, very close quarters, because obviously I don't want to die. That's very, very annoying when that happens, and I just like having that weapon available to me. And again, that the reason that I talked about this secondary is that while the Fara itself has a 30% decrease to its its hipfire accuracy, this weapon doesn't have any negatives to its hipfire accuracy, so it's just going to be a really, really good weapon to have, and it's just, in my opinion, probably the best secondary in the game. It's very, very reliable, and you definitely can't go wrong with it, especially from close range. So that is pretty much everything for the two weapons within this class. Now we'll go ahead and jump into the lethal tactical field upgrades and the perks. Now these are all the same for my best class setup video, but if you guys missed that, I have for my tactical, I have the stim shot, which basically allows you to heal immediately. It's manual healing from Black Ops 4. Really, really like using it. It completely changes the game for me. Back in previous Call of Duty games before Black Ops 4 with manual healing, I would always play the game and I would always get impatient and die because I had to sit and wait to heal back up, which is not my playstyle. I like rushing around like a madman. And Stim will allow me to do that, which is obviously very, very nice. And I pretty much exclusively use Stim Shot in this game on all of my classes because it just allows me to beat or to rush more effectively. Next, I've gone for the frag grenade. The reason that I started using this a lot, as you guys know for quite a while, when the game first came out, I used the Semtex a ton. Then I took a break from the Semtex and used the C4 a ton. But now, pretty much for the past like couple of months, I've been only using the frag grenade. And the reason for that, simply enough, it is awesome. The frag grenade is really, really good in this game. Yes, it does roll around a little bit more than other other lethals like the C4 and the Semtex. But the reason I like it so much is because it kills really, really fast. It does a lot of damage, and they actually buffed the frag grenades earlier on in Black Ops Cold War's life cycle to do more damage. So whenever I throw a grenade and I get a hit marker or I get that kill, I can pretty much guarantee myself that kill because Semtexes do a little bit less damage, so by using the frag grenade and doing more damage to flak jacket users, it's easier to kill them, and overall, I really like the frag grenade. Next, we have the jammer, which is, in my opinion, it's a pretty good field upgrade. It's not the best one. I think the best one probably is the field mic or the trophy system, especially with the modes that I play, but the jammer I like to use a lot because it can counteract the trophy system, it can counteract the field mic, and it also basically hides me on the radar just in case I'm being surrounded by enemies or whatever else might happen. Really, really like the jammer. It's definitely my favorite field upgrade in the game. And then last but not least, for my perks. For perk 1, I'm going for Flak Jacket. Obviously, gets rid of explosive deaths, which is definitely very, very annoying. And I've pretty much used Flak Jacket exclusively in Call of Duty since Black Ops 4 or Black Ops 3, some previous Call of Duty game. I pretty much use this exclusively because I really hate dying by explosives. They're very, very annoying. I absolutely hate it. So Flak Jacket is my must run. Next, I've gone for Scavenger, which obviously gives me more ammo back. You're going to need it with the Fara because you're going to go on a high streak. And then last but not least, I've gone for Ninja for my perk 3. So I can move quietly. My footsteps are invisible, which is always, always, always nice because, you know, when you're being heard is not fun, especially because the footsteps are really loud in Black Ops Cold War. You're at a serious disadvantage if you don't use Ninja in this game, so Ninja is a must run. You guys know how much I like Spycraft when I can use it, but because I have to pick only one perk 3, I've definitely gone for Ninja. Ghost is really good too, but Ninja is just by far the better perk in my opinion. And that is pretty much everything. That is absolutely everything with this class here for the Fara 83 assault rifle within the game. I really, really like this weapon. I think that it is the best AR in the game, maybe the second best next to the Krig and the AK-47, but it's super, super good, super reliable, and gets a lot of kills. I also wanted to mention that I did mention it earlier in the video, but I wanted to mention again that I am using the Gunfighter Wildcard, which gives you 3 additional attachment slots for your primary weapon, and that's how I was able to create this class. Obviously, we don't have one attachment, so you can feel free to use a body if you want. I just personally don't go for it. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, a like rating is always appreciated. If you want to check out any of my other previous best class setup videos, they will all be linked down below in the playlist in the description, as well as my previous episode will be at the end of the video as well. I think I covered the new LMG in my last video, so you guys can check that out if you want to. Also, I'm going to be trying to do a best class edit video once a week for you guys. That may not happen, but I will be covering the OTS line next week, so stay tuned for that as well. But anyways, I'll see you guys all on another Black Ops Cold War video very, very soon.